Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. Grab your phone or tablet and scan the QR code on your screen if you want to learn more about our topic today. I'm here at Tri-City Furniture in Auburn with our friend Kathy Kilborn. And Kathy, there are many ways to change sofas today, such as the depth, the length, firmness of the cushions, and the colors of the fabric. Are these normal options to look at?
Yes, and a lot of the American manufacturers, and again, because they don't make it until it's ordered, you can change the arm style, the leg style, the stain. So there are so many choices available in a sofa today.
And out of one main sofa, you can make many, many different sofas, right?
Absolutely, and you're not going to believe this, but like this style, there's a lot of pieces, sofas, shorter, smaller, sectional pieces, 1,200 fabrics, arms, legs, depth, firmnesses of cushions. You can come up with over 500,000 styles just on this one frame.
That is hard to believe.
I know. And when we're doing them, the same frame is coming in, but it always looks so distinctively different that you just don't even realize it's the same sofa. And that's why a lot of people say online, oh, there's just so many choices. And like, there are a lot of choices right here if you want to sit just on this one sofa.
And that's all being done off of one basic frame. What about changing the inside structure of a sofa?
Well, normally you wouldn't want to do that. And American manufacturers, they've been doing it for years. They know what holds up. They use quality parts. But maybe you would want to make it a little heavier duty for a commercial install. But there are ways to change it with a manufacturer if you maybe want to buy one certain sofa.
And why would someone want to do that?
Well, they want to play this little game. They want to make it look like a popular sofa, have the same arm, have a real similar fabric. They're going to guarantee that manufacturer, they're going to buy that sofa the same way over and over, so the manufacturer can buy a lot of that fabric at a discount, and typically it's going to be an import, not the same quality, but they're going to get it a little cheaper. And so then they can sell this sofa maybe for $100 less, looks like a popular one out there, but people are fooled into thinking, oh, I can get this a lot cheaper over here. And really, those companies are actually making more money on it because they only give you a little discount, where the manufacturer actually gave a bigger discount because they changed all the quality.
And are stores not afraid of that change in quality?
Well, typically these companies that play this game are used to selling low quality. They mostly buy on containers, and they're not looking at quality. They're looking at trying to sell you, to fool you into thinking, oh, this is beautiful, this is the same as anything else. And we would normally think company A, if they made 10 different sofas, it's still company A. Well, what happens is it's not the same sofa, just looks like the same sofa, and it is a problem people run into, that it's not holding up as what they thought it would.
Sounds like a lot of people aren't aware of this either.
No, this is really hidden. You would think, well, if I see it online, it's the same as what I'm seeing here. But there are lots of ways to change it.
Yeah, that is the hope, for sure. Have you ever had this happen to yourself?
Absolutely. A company that we did years ago had a very distinctive frame. It was a certain large arm, kind of the styling, a very distinctive fabric. You would see it and people are like, oh, I saw that before. Very distinctive, not plain, it was plaid. And so the company went and had it changed. Construction, the foam quality, the fabric, they actually went to an import and had it cheaper. And so what happened was they could sell it a little bit less, and I know they sold a lot of them because people would start comparing, but then it was a little too late once it didn't hold up. And so another thing that happened with that is people would come to me because they knew I still had the same company to try to get something resolved. When I turn in the ID number, they'd say, oh, sorry, you can't do anything about that because that store actually bought that sofa without a warranty.
Okay.
And when they take all those things off, it lowers the cost for the manufacturer. But the problem is that if you didn't have a warranty from the manufacturer, you had to go back to that store, and then getting them to do something about it could be more difficult. Now, another time I've run into it with mattresses. Kind of looks the same size, it's the same kind of cover, they changed the name, but inside they changed the coil count, the foam density, and then they buy it without the warranty. So you have a lot of variables, and then you're stuck because it looked like a deal, but why it was maybe $50 less was because there was a lot less quality. So you weren't buying the same product.
So it sounds like it's really important to get the inside story, right?
Inside story, make sure you believe it from a store that's reputable, because a lot of things are said today that maybe aren't the truth, unfortunately.
Lots to look out for. Kathy, thank you for explaining
Yes.
those differences and the quality of furniture pieces, so important. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Design Time.